know this is Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moo Shot himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazon, aka El Borracho. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for y'all to stop being frustrated, alright? Try to learn the business of boxing. I understand you don't like the business of boxing. I understand you don't want to understand the business of boxing. But for your ass to stop being frustrated, you gotta understand the business of boxing, alright? Now, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know the whole world, the whole boxing world wants to see Bud Crawford versus Earl the True Spence. I wanted to see it, but you know what? I'm not head over heels over that fight because I know it's not going to come through fruition anytime soon. You know why? Because I understand the business of boxing. I understand what we dealing with here. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know that Earl the True Spence, the unified welterweight champion of the world, and one of the most lucrative division in the sport of boxing. You got Ugas as the champion, the WBA super champion. They're going to be fighting, right? Now, you think, he's a free agent. You know, Bud Crawford's not with Top Rank, with Bob Arum, a.k.a. Bobby Arim, a.k.a. Dinosaur, a.k.a. Jurassic Park, a.k.a. man, he got like 10 more years to live. Now, you think that fight might come to fruition anytime soon? No. Learn the business of boxing and what brings power to that promotional entity, or a guy like Al Heyman, who's manager and advisor and does business with the networks. What do promoters, or let's say Al Heyman, he's not a promoter. What do Al Heyman, what do Eddie Hearn, what do Bob Arum promises the network or the app, whatever they're dealing with? What do they promise? Championship fights. Ladies and gentlemen, the belts that a lot of people get frustrated with the belts, you know, federations and sanctioning bodies, I understand that. I get frustrated with them too. But I still got to understand the business of boxing so I can understand what's really going on and what may come to play. Right? The belts are power. The belts they negotiate with, look, Al Heyman's going to do a business with Fox or do with anybody, ESPN or whatever he want to do business with. And yo, I'm going to promise y'all 17, 20 world championship fights, right? The champions, the belt is the power. So in the welterweight division, who has the power? PBC. I know some of y'all understand that, but still y'all might understand that, but still frustrated that the fight is not coming to fruition. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the most lucrative fight at PBC? What is the most lucrative fight, in-house PBC fight? Now, some of y'all may say Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz. Got no belts in it, but let's push that to the side for right now. That's heavyweight division. What's the most marinated, lucrative fight in the PBC banner? Earl the True Spence versus Keith One-Time Thurman, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you tell me this. Let's say Earl Spence beats Ugas, right? He got 3 belts. He's about to fight Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford got 1 belt. He could do the same thing that Canelo did. But what happens when Canelo do what he did to Caleb Plant? What he does, he takes all the belt, leave, and what you got in 168? No power, nothing, nada. Just a Benavidez name. Let's keep it real, let's keep it honest. In the welterweight division, if Bud Crawford beats Earl Spence, they fight before Keith One-Time Thurman. And remember what I said, the most lucrative fight. Why would I give away my lucrative fight? Why would I give my lucrative fight and money to my fighters, which they're going to be fighting for championship belts? You understand what I'm trying to say? Now, Bud Crawford versus Earl the True Spence. Let's say if it happens and Bud Crawford wins, where he go? He go to the zone, he leaves, and what that leaves, the welterweight division. Where's the power, Al Heyman? Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know this word is all about power. Al Heyman is just not going to give his power away. He's not just going to give it or put it at risk when he doesn't need to, because he is advisor and manager to Earl the True Spence and Keith One-Time Thurman. If that's the most lucrative fight, the most marinated fight in my banner, why you think I'm going to put Bud Crawford and Earl Spence before I put Keith One-Time Thurman and Earl Spence, or if Ugas wins, Keith One-Time Thurman or Ugas? Talk to me. Maybe if Earl Spence lose, you might see that fight with Bud Crawford. Maybe. But let's say Earl Spence win, like I know a lot of you may want him to win, because that Bud and Spence fight will be alive. Keith One-Time Thurman are going to be fighting Earl Spence before this Bud Crawford Earl Spence, ladies and gentlemen. It just make business sense. You gotta understand the business. You think that Al Heyman or PBC gonna be like, no, you know what? Let's do it for the better of boxing. Let's do it for the greater good of boxing. No, ladies and gentlemen, Al Heyman is advisor and manager to his clients, all right? The boxing fan is not the client of Al Heyman. You understand what I'm trying to say? Everybody in boxing cares about their bottom line. Every entity, every promotion care about their fighters. They care about their fighters. They care about their bottom dollar. They care about making money, and they protect their investments. And also, you could take risk with your investment if you know what your investment is all about, meaning the fighter, your product is all about. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see Keith from Tom Thurman face a Earl Spence before we see a Bud and an Earl Spence. You understand what I'm trying to say, y'all? It's just going to happen that way. I know y'all frustrated, but that's the business of boxing. I will be a dumb businessman, and you will be a dumb businessman if you put that fight together. And all you can say is, well, I don't give a damn about that shit. I'm a fan of boxing. Well, that's why you're going to be frustrated. Because you're not trying to understand. Even when you fight, even when you understand the NBA, the NFL, you understand the market, you understand the free agency, you understand the 10-day contracts, you understand the draft picks, you understand why they pick the value, why they do this, why this team let go, why this team cut, whatever. We understand the business of those other main sports, right? In boxing, yeah, it's kind of like a secret society, but something you could pick off. Ladies and gentlemen, the belts is power. The belts is power for the promoters to make the deal with the networks, to get that deal and promise them championship fights. Why you think you saw Lomachenko versus Richard Comey for what belt? The WBO Intercontinental, really? Is the Lomachenko the intercontinental type of fighter? No, but you needed that type of world title on the line. You feel me? Conor Benn, what kind of belt he's carrying? I really don't even know what type of belt Conor Benn is carrying, to be honest. But what does he carry? A WBA UC versus Chris Algieri. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the way it is. Now, let me tell you who puts a stop to it. Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford, we've been saying it for a while. And look, even though that Bud Crawford should have the choice to have his freedom is good and wants to do whatever business deal he wants to do for the better of him and his family, because he already got a good legacy, three division world champion, undisputed 140, and currently the welterweight champion of the world in the WBO, right? He needs to do what Manny Pacquiao did. What Manny Pacquiao did, he signed that deal. Those multiple fights with PBC. He got his championship fights with Keith from Tom Thurman. He got his fight with Adrian Broner. That's supposed to be a lucrative fight. And he was going to get his fight with Earl Spence. But Earl Spence, I messed up. So he got his fight with Ugas. Guess what? That's it. That was the last fight of his contract. He did have an optional, but that he could pick up. I believe that he was going to pick up the option. So Bud Crawford will have to make that deal, because there's no way that Al Heyman is going to let Bud Crawford come to PBC, fight Earl Spence, take the belt, and then what does he have? What, Keith Thurman and Earl Spence for nothing? Yeah, it'll be a good fight, but it'll be for nothing. He's going to work for his clients first. Now, it's up to Bud Crawford to be one of the clients of Al Heyman. And if Bud Crawford decides to be one of the clients of Al Heyman, then you're going to see Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford needs to do what a lot of people have been telling him to do. Sign with Al Heyman. If he does it, you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You make your business move. But we're going to see Keith from Tom Thurman versus Earl the Truth Spence. That's my take. That's my take. I could be wrong. It just makes sense to me. Understanding the business of boxing. I could be wrong. Keith Thurman be like, you wrong, Punch. Earl Spence going to be like, you wrong, Punch. I'm going to say I ain't going to fight him. Bud Crawford could say, you wrong, Punch. Well, y'all haven't fought, and I don't see y'all fighting anytime soon. So shit, I'm right thus far. But I'm all here for education. Leave it in the comment box. I'm here for anybody to enlighten and to grow our knowledge in the sport of boxing, the business side, and the science. So y'all already know, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get my updated videos. I love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.